Good morning. Back from the gym again. Changed the shirt this time though. Put a black shirt on. Anyway, the title for today's video is Remedies to Stop the Cabal. Over the years, especially since I began making videos every day, people have told me about various lawful legal remedies that would liberate us from the criminal cabal that has been operating a scam for centuries. I have tried many of these myself, and I mentioned two in yesterday's video. Another one that has crossed my path more than once is the birth certificate fraud, which is also called the legal name fraud. Kate of Gaia is one of the main opponents of this, although there are others too. He says it all in the language that common words are given totally different meanings in legalese. I still wonder how any of these supposed remedies can work if they are ignored by those calling the shots. How can we stop the criminal cabal? And yes, I continue to ask for help. Here's the PayPal link. Yes, I was accused of not paying attention to Kate of Gaia by somebody in yesterday's video or something, and I actually read the whole thing, or at least read it fast. I speed read it and got the content of the whole thing that I was sent by Kate of Gaia. And it's not new information for me. He's saying that there is no legal names. That's why he goes by Kate of Gaia, and he's a male. I mean, all right. Some say he's a female trapped in a male body. I've heard that before. I mean, I've actually had a personal friend who, a long time ago, who claimed he was a female in a male body, was 6'6" or something like that, and weighed probably 150 pounds. I mean, skinny as a rail. And then he met this lady who wasn't his wife, and she was a short little, if I remember right, a bit chubby little female who was a male trapped in a female body. So they were going to have sex change operations, and they were on 60 Minutes. But I don't know why I got off on that tangent. But anyway, I did. In any case, what Kate of Gaia says is true. What people have said in some of the other things is true. Truth doesn't cut it in a world of lies. The cabal is a lying enterprise. It's not a thing that tells the truth. It has existed on deception. Even before, I mean, they point the finger back to the Roosevelt era where we became corporate citizens and gave up our human rights when we became corporate citizens, and the corporation was supposed to take care of us. Yeah, they do a good job of taking care of us and spreading the wealth evenly, don't they? They hoard it all for themselves. It all goes to the top and to black ops projects and to projects of control and to stop technologies that would actually liberate humanity, like the Tesla technologies that are coming out now through the Kesh Foundation. Folks, the world is insane. It's absolutely insane. And it's up to us, I guess, to stop it, although I really wish that God would play a bigger role. However that happens, I don't know how that's going to happen. But it's important to me that we wake up, that we stop the delusion that we are free when we live in a society where freedom is laughed at and scoffed at and mocked behind our backs, which the courts do all the time. And they're not courts. The judges aren't judges. The lawyers aren't even American citizens because they're not allowed to be. They're not allowed to be, according to the 13th Amendment. I'm rehashing the same stuff over and over and over again. It doesn't matter whether it's Kate of Gaia or some other person who's talking about the truth. Well, the truth is we live in a world of lies. And, you know, I was arrested in my house for driving without a license, with my arm pushed behind my back so hard. Again, I'm rehashing same things over and over again, because this is what we're forced to live with. You know, I don't have a choice. They say don't think positive. How do you think positive when you're sleeping in a home that they're threatening to come and steal from you, and you don't have a place to go? You have to find a place to put stuff that you're not going to get rid of. I'm getting rid of most of my stuff, but I can't get rid of all of it. I need some of it. Where is it? Where am I going to go? Again, I don't have a place to live if I were forced out of this house. But this is not their house. Even if their name is, even if they've bought it for $100 and have their name in the records as PNC Bank owning the house, it's not true. It's not true. They have never owned this house. There was never a document. They cannot produce not a single document, not with their bank or with the two banks that preceded them. They cannot produce a single document with my name on it, signature, with my wet ink signature. They cannot produce it. It doesn't exist. Don't you understand, folks? They do not have a leg to stand on. And somebody said, but you borrowed money against the other property. Yes, I did. And I was unable to pay it back due to no fault of my own, because a lawsuit was instigated against me. And when you enter a contract and through no fault of your own, you're not able to keep the contract, it becomes null and void. That's common law. That's common sense. If you're unable, I mean literally unable, it voids the contract, because money, the whole financial system, is a fraud. It's fake. Folks, it's not real. It's a way that was created to enslave us without us realizing that we were enslaved, because they give us money. Money are the bars that keep us imprisoned and keep our souls in prison and keep us from waking up and keep us from exploring. We have to work harder and harder and harder, more and more hours, just to survive, to get enough money to live on, to make ends meet. And even then, many cannot. Many are choosing homelessness. I mean, I think a couple of people wrote to me recently that they've been, one I think said she was been homeless for 5 years. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. It's a human right to have a nest, a place that's yours, to lay your head down. It's human. It's a human right. It's a human necessity. Folks, when are we going to realize that the problem is the system? The corporate system is a lying system. It doesn't matter whether we use a name or don't use a name. It doesn't matter whether we choose a name that's of a different sex as Kate of Gaia did. It doesn't matter. What matters is we've got to stop the cabal. And how do you do that? How do you stop the cabal realistically? How do you stop these criminals from maintaining their criminality and maintaining their scam? How do we do that? I'm looking for remedies that work. And the only one that I see that works is removing the people and the beings, the entities that thrive and live off of other people's energy. And they're vampires. Whether they're in body or not in body, they're vampires. They don't produce anything of their own. They contribute nothing of value to human society. They are enslavers, imprisoners. And it's time that we remove them. What is so hard to understand about that? Now, does humanity need to wake up? Of course we do. Of course we do. And the biggest remedy to stop the cabal is for a mass awakening, where people wake up and realize the scam that we've been under and how we've been enslaved. When we realize that and own it, then maybe we can do something about it. Anyway, I thank you once again for listening, and consider what I'm telling you, because it's the truth. And thank you again. Namaste.